Yeah, just a minute, I'm opening. I'm opening. In fourth chapter, 41st shloka, we just started. We shall continue it today. Okay. Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Narayana Narayana. Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam Atmavantam Nakarmani Nibadhnanti Dhananjaya. Okay. Now Jnana, the knowledge of the truth, knowledge of Atma, what is its benefit? What does it do? That Bhagavan Krishna says in this 41st shloka, Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam. This we have already stated. All the karmas he gives up by yoga. See, this is a very peculiar thing. Karma, when we say karma, the karma, past, present karma, that is different. Karma means acts, deeds, responsibility. Now, karma in life means a struggle. We are struggling hard. Karma means a struggle only. Because we are made to act. Why? There are desires in us. The desires, unfulfilled desires we have, many desires, ambitions and so on, okay, they force us to take up some or other activity. And action or any act is not easy, because act is performed to achieve some purpose, some result. Therefore, the act is condemned here as problematic, because act itself involves, one is the expectation of the result. The expectation of the result creates a tension. See, expectation of the result is exciting, but also tension causing. Why it is exciting? Because you love to have the result. But considering the possibilities of failures, obstacles and all that, you get tensed up. And therefore the expectation of a result causes tension. Now the working also is a big responsibility, causes a tension. And then you take up this duty or activity because you are interested in it. That again is an ego. Ego means an individuality, an individual ego. So there is an ego, there is a strain in working, and the tension about the result. These three put together is called karma. When Shastra says karma is causing tension, it implies these three. Okay. I don't know why there is no clarity of the picture. I have not understood. The tension is accompanied, tension is associated, not accompanied, is a part of, essential part of acts. Because whenever we act out of a desire for the result, and also we have to time constraint, the material constraint. You have a certain material, you have a certain number of people, and then limitation of knowledge, limitation of material, limitation of time. Within that you have to achieve things. And it is not about one karma, one act, it is the complete life. And we need many things. We have got many desires and we have to fulfill. Considering all these things, you see how karma is a tension. Okay, this is one aspect of karma. There is another aspect of karma. The karmas, if the karma, each action, karma means the acts, our deeds, our acts, our actions have, what are the other things? They produce both punyam and papam. Punya and papa also our karmas produce. Because in each karma is either a dharma or adharmic or neutral. Most of the karmas, some dharma or adharma is involved. Naturally, they produce some punyam or sapa, so some punya or sapapa. So that punya and papa is an invisible result. And that invisible result has got a long connection with your next life and next loka, next world, and it has got a long connection. Now, and the result which comes to us in the next world connects us to the next world, and our next life depends upon the result of our karmas, of our acts that we do in this life. This way, karma is connected to us in this way. So it puts you in a chain of karma and the karma phala, action and its result, action and its result. You are in that trip. You are in that cycle. It catches you, it holds you within that cycle. Therefore, the karma itself is described as a samsara. Karma is in the form of a samsara, or karma is the cause of the samsara. Either way, in whatever way you say, karma is intricately associated with our samsara. Because karma is an expression of samsara. Karma is the one which prolongs our samsara. Because you are in the chain of action and result of action, action and the result of action. In that chain we are, and it goes on. So one level of teaching is you can improve your karma. Karma means doing the very karma, the very karma that you do them with your greater responsibility, with more values and then devotion to God. That same thing can be made into a dharmic karma, devotional karma, or karma yoga. Like this you can change. But in spite of it, the nature of the karma, that it is a sequence, it is like a chain. Chain means cause and effect chain. That remains. You may have a slightly better karma. You will have when you do some better karma and you have some better result. But it is only about one karma. Can you maintain that purity of mind, that a continuous dharma, and then bhakti of Ishvara, selflessness, and also detachment for karma phala, result of action? All this can you maintain in all your activities? It becomes very difficult. Very difficult. Therefore, the karma, though you can live somewhat better life of karma through karma yoga, yet the very nature of karma, being within the sequence of cause and effect chain, you remain within the chain of cause and effect. Sometimes you will have a better karma and a better life for a few years. That's why you see, all our life, some days for few years your life is better. You have got good relationship, money is also coming well, and you have got a good respect in the society. Things go on well. Sometimes you succeed also. Extraordinarily you succeed, get a good name. But again you have some problem at home, your family, your relatives, and you lose money, and you get caught in some police case and some such thing. You have to struggle hard. Years together you struggle, and it demoralizes you. You lose all faith, all hope, and everything. It frustrates you. And again for some time it may become better. So all this is because of your karma. Our karmas are not uniform. Some are good, some are bad, some are something like that. But whatever they are, you experience them, the result get exhausted, and again new karmas you do, and again this. It goes on endlessly like a chain. So those who have got a very small view, they only think of this present karma. I have done this good karma, so you have got some one good point. You may have a one good point, but what about the whole life? What about the whole life? If you want whole life to be happy, if you want your longest living to be happy, not only in this janma, in the next janma, in the next life also, in the next world also, Also, you want to be eternally happy and free and complete and free from all fear, worry and tension, freedom from death and birth and all. Then you have to transcend the very chain of karma and karma phala, action and result of action. This very chain of cause and effect you have to transcend. Therefore, Shastra advises transcending karma is sannyasa. The very realm, the very level of cause and effect. Therefore, if you are a person, identify with the body, mind and sense organ, you fall within the chain of cause and effect. That is, you do some karma and get some result. So you fall within the chain of cause and effect, and you are bound to that. Within that you have some choice. Instead of some work, you may be doing a somewhat better work, better action, slightly better, but there is no absolute better action, absolutely best action. Every action has got some weakness, some problem. Therefore, you may do in a given situation slightly better. Better doesn't mean it is absolutely good work. So it will have some good result and partly bad result and good result. So this is the thing, because in all circumstances we cannot maintain a good mood. In all our circumstances we cannot maintain good mood. Therefore, we are in a disturbed mood, sometimes angry, sometimes over ambitious, sometimes ego, sometimes irritated, sometimes angry. We end up doing some bad work. Some bad work means some unmeritorious papa work, and that papa work produces some papa result, painful result, harmful result. Adharmic work you do, and slightly tentatively in a small second fit of anger you abuse somebody, you chide somebody, then that fetches some papa for you, and you have to pay for the papa. The result may be small, but the small period you have to pay. So you can't maintain continuously good mind, good mood and always doing a good karma, because the very nature of karma, the nature of human mind being turbulent, fluctuating, changing, it is not uniform, you can't maintain. Therefore, partly good and partly bad. That's why in our life you see, in some area you have some good life, and another aspect of life is suffering. Socially problem, economically good. Sometimes economically problem and certain other area good. Your health is good personally, but economically poor. Sometimes a lot of money, but health is not good. So we can see our mixed life, because our mixed karmas. And even if you have some best life, even the so-called best also is riddled with some kind of problems. Nobody can have absolutely good and perfect life. So this is the realm of cause and effect, cause and effect. Therefore, one who understands this life of cause and effect, he wants to live a life totally beyond this cause and effect relationship, because the very cause and effect relationship itself is limited. Because you have limited circumstances, you can only do limited karma. You can't do absolutely good work. There is no absolutely good work. All works are limited, and they have got a partly good and partly bad. You may be doing one or two good works that will give you really great punya, but what about other works? You can't have absolute punya, because there is no absoluteness in punya, papa and cause and effect relationship. They are limited and continue. They go on coming again and again. Therefore, this cause and effect relationship, this cause and effect sequence is our life that we are living. And a person who discovers how limited they are and is interested in a still deeper life, a life beyond cause and effect, life beyond time and place, then what shall I do? That's where he says, you have to transcend the very nature of karma. So to transcend the realm of cause and effect, you, a worker, a doer of action, an agent of action, a karta, we call in Sanskrit karta. So you have to transcend your very nature of being karta of action, the agent of action, because you have got body, mind and sense organs, and the mind has a willpower, it decides and it takes up a work and does it. Now you have to transcend that. Then only it is possible to, that's why the shloka says yoga sannyasta karmanam. You have to transcend the karma, and the transcending is possible by with yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is two levels. You can talk the word. You can use the word at two levels. One is a sadhana yoga. Another is the end point of the yoga. The end point of the yoga is the discovery of the truth. When you discover the truth, intuit the truth, that is also the culmination of yoga. Here in this shloka, the word yoga is used in the culmination of yoga, that is the discovery of the truth, the understanding of the truth. Okay? Bhagavad Gita is most difficult to explain because the same word is used in different meanings in different contexts. And the karma yoga also is brought in different context. It's a highly complex text. To teach Bhagavad Gita is most difficult. But it is possible. If you take help of Shankaracharya's commentary, it is possible, because Bhagavad Gita is as complex as the human life is. Human life is very, very complex. It is not easy to define, explain, and understand. Okay? It's not easy to explain and understand. Highly complex life. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita's teaching has to be complex because our life is complex. When the subject is complex, the teaching also should be equally complex because it has to deal with all aspects of life, all levels of life. Naturally, Bhagavad Gita is a complex text. People think we should read Bhagavad Gita, read translation, just a bare translation of it and try to understand. And you start taking it seriously, you find there are many, many, many doubts. Lot of more and more doubts come. It becomes very difficult to understand. Therefore, you can start reading Bhagavad Gita on your own. You can read some commentaries and you will also get fairly good understanding. You will get that will be useful to you. It will give you good inspiration, good understanding of life. It helps you. But still, you need again Guru's help to go into further detail, into still deeper. To go into a still deeper level, you need Guru's teaching. Definitely anybody needs, everybody needs. Okay, that's where all these complexities come into picture, come into play. Therefore, yoga sannyasta karmanam, with yoga alone, first karma yoga, then jnana yoga. Of jnana yoga, dhyana is also a part of it. Dhyana, the meditation, Vedantic meditation, we mean nididhyasana, is a part of it. Of course, meditations are two types that you know already. Those who are Vedantic students know there are two types of meditation. One is upasana type of meditation. Another is nididhyasana type of meditation. Nididhyasana is like a self-inquiry. Upasana is like a simple devotional mind dwelling upon your Ishvara with all his qualities, lovingly, respectfully, with a creative imagination. This is a creative imagination. Another is a simple observation to discover. Another meditation is just self-observation, bare observation, to be able to discover the truth and stand in the truth, abide in the truth. So you watchfulness. It is simple. Watchfulness is one meditation. Creative imagination is upasana. Watchfulness or observation is nididhyasana. Those who are Vedantins already know it. So in between, I have to touch for some new students. Okay, so this Vedanta, one is the upasana, karma yoga, what you call values, vairagyam you learn. This is a lower step. Then come to the real step is Vedanta vichara, self-inquiry. And as a part of an inquiry, as an extension of inquiry, you have another meditation, that is a Vedantic meditation, or in other words, it is called a nididhyasana. So therefore, that is called yoga. So nididhyasana is also called yoga. Vichara is also called yoga. Vichara is called jnana yoga. Nididhyasana is called dhyana yoga. As a result of all these things, you reach the culmination of yoga, that is called the understanding the truth, the vision of the truth, the intuition of Atman as Brahman. You remove, you negate all your individuality, body, mind, sense organs, and you discover that the remaining pure consciousness is absolute consciousness. It is the truth of the entire universe. There is no such thing called universe other than my Atma, other than the nature of my Atma. You come to discover your real nature of Atma. So this discovery or this intuition of your Atma as the absolute truth of the universe This understanding, this jnanam, this enlightenment is called yoga. Yoga sannyasta karmanam in this context. As I told you, the word yoga in this particular shloka means the culmination of sadhana yoga. The culmination is the result of yoga. The fruit of yoga is enlightenment. The jnanam, the understanding of the truth that arises. So yoga sannyasta karmanam, when you understand the truth, you go to a stage where you have transcended the karma. Karmani sannyas, karma sannyasa. Karma sannyasa doesn't mean as generally common people in India think, just to taking to a lifestyle of sannyasa and you don't do karma. In fact, in that kind of sannyasa, nobody can remain without doing some or other activity. Activity is natural to human mind, human body. So here, the sannyasa, the formal lifestyle sannyasa means you avoid doing your professional duty, your varna dharma. Your varna dharma you give up. But there are two karmas, two kinds of activity. One is desire prompted activity with a purpose to achieve something, make some money or live some life. So that is one karma. Another karma is natural life activities. The very living processes are karma. I see, ears hear, mouth speaks, you eat food and drink water and go to sleep and wake up and take a walk. These are all normal functions of life. Okay? This is called Jivana Vyaparaha. Shankaracharya says Jivana Vyapara is one thing, Varna Dharma, Kartavya Karma is another. One is Jivana Vyapara is just simple life functions of life. This from the baby to the oldest man, everybody has these normal functions of life. So we wake up and sleep and wake up and then eat and drink and live. These are all normal functions of life. We are not talking of these karmas because these karmas nobody can stop. Because these karmas mean naturally the very living alone. So karma sannyasa, a formal sannyasi gives up his professional duties, his extra varna duties alone he gives up, and he lives the bare minimum of his life. Okay, that you leave it. Now the point is yoga sannyasta karmanam. So by the understanding of the truth, sannyasa means you transcend the karma. Karma means you are no more within the realm of cause and effect. You are no more an individual, because as an individual karta, the agent of action, the individual karta or agent of action is continuously under pressure. One is the will. You have to use your will. Every moment you have to use your will. Take decision. And that will is governed by inner our impulses and instincts one side, values on another side. See, our will is pressurized from two angles, two sides. One is you have to follow dharma and values. Dharma and values one side. Another side, your natural instincts, impulses, ego, and your selfish desires on one side. Selfishness, the desire for money and pleasure and all that. So these, our natural instinctive desires are pulling us in one direction, pressurizing us to take a decision, because the will means choosing. What is will? Making a choice is called willpower. With your will, what do? You make a choice. Whether I do this work or the other work. Whether I go this way or the other way. Whether I do this thing or other. At every moment, at every step of life, you have to make a choice. But on what basis you make a choice? What is the guide? There are two pressures on us. Shreyascha preyascha manushya metaha tau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha. Kathopanishad says there are two alternatives at every step. One is dharma and values. Another is your instincts, impulses, desires and all. So these desires and impulses pull you in one direction. And your moral sense and your values, your dharma, your discipline, your culture teaches you, no, I can't be petty, I can't be selfish, I can't follow the adharma. You have to restrain yourself. You have to restrain your instinctive, impulsive desire to violate dharma and hook or crook, make money and enjoy. It just wants to enjoy by just violating. But here you have a moral sense in you. Moral sense. Okay? In every human being there is a moral sense. Regarding moral sense, This is not the topic to discuss, but anyway, I touch briefly. In Hinduism, we have 2 levels of morality. One is a religious morality, another is a common sense morality. Common sense ethics. Okay, one is a worldly ethics, a secular ethics we call. Material ethics or worldly ethics. Second is religious ethics. Worldly ethics are based upon common sense understanding, because in the society when we live, we are not supposed to hurt others, and also live your normal and comfortable life, happy life at the same time. Respect others, don't cheat others, don't exploit them, threaten them, all these things. Don't tell lies, and don't be violent and cruel to others, be respectful. So these are all common sense values which any human being can understand. So this common sense ethics is also accepted by Shastra. Common sense ethics is accepted as equally religious ethics in Hindu Shastras. As I told you, 2 levels. One is a common sense ethics, another is the ethics taught by religious texts. Okay, the common sense ethics is also approved by religious texts. With a common sense says that you shouldn't cheat others, you should help others, love them, care for them, because everybody loves everybody, nobody wants to be cheated. Therefore, this becomes a common sense law for everybody. Okay, loving, caring, respecting, not cheating, these are common sense laws. So the common sense law or common sense ethics, Shastra also approves. Religious book also approves. Even if you follow common sense ethics, you will get punyam and you will have some place in heaven. In heaven also there are different levels. Therefore, some degree of heaven, some place of heaven you will get it, as long as you are a good person, honest person, saintly person, helping, loving and caring. Such person, even if you don't believe in religious text and God, yet you will have some good place in heaven because of your good works. Good and virtuous life. Virtuous life you live. Therefore, some religions say that you must believe God, then only you will be ethical man, otherwise you will be an immoral person. They say ethics, morality comes only through believing God, only through your believing that religion. So they connect morality or ethics with God alone, believe God alone. Therefore, they say a theist, a believer in God, a believer in religion, a follower of religion, alone can be ethical. All atheists are immoral people and unethical people. They condemn like that. But Hinduism understands it somewhat differently. So ethics, even atheist follows ethics. Even a common man follows ethics, because common sense is the basis for ethics. Okay. Therefore, but if an atheist doesn't believe in a religious text, the religious book, doesn't believe in God, yet he follows certain basic values of human value. He follows human values. He avoids inhuman values. Common sense ethics tells him. So he is a loving man and a helping man. He cares for people and then do all those things is good. Therefore, our Shastra, Hindu Shastras, accept to common sense ethics also part of religion. That means if you follow the common sense, good ethics, good values, you will get punyam and God will reward you in heaven. Now you can't condemn that, oh, he doesn't believe in God, therefore he will go to eternal hell. That's ridiculous, illogical, and no common sense, no human, even common sense cannot accept it. How can any thinking man can accept it? That is illogical and foolish. And then it shows God in poor light. It shows religion in poor light. Therefore, it can't be religion. It can't be religion. The real healthy religion, logical religion, healthy religion is like this. As I told you, any person does something good, you will get some degree of punyam, some degree of merit, religious merit, and that you will have to enjoy in the next life or in the next janma or next world, whatever. Therefore, punya karma, the common sense ethics is confirmed, is approved and included by religious books, Hindu religious books. I don't see the other books accept common sense ethics also part of religion. They say only fear of God, be afraid of God. They say God fearing alone, God believing, God fear brings you punyam and makes you virtuous. And if you don't believe, that's all, you are equal to evil and you will go to eternal hell, and nothing can save you even if you are good. Even if you are a good and great person, having values and discipline and helping others, kind-hearted, honest and kind-hearted person, honest and kind life you live, even then you will not go to heaven. You will go to the periphery of hell, they say. You are not so wicked like other hell-bound people. He is not as wicked as certain hell-bound asuric people. So therefore, since he is a saintly and good person, yet he is not baptized. Yes, it is not has not formally initiated into a religion, and he may not believe in a religious text. He may not believe in God, yet he is a good person, follows values and discipline. What will be his fate? They send him to eternal hell. The hell may not be deeper hell, but at least some people give him, at least he will remain the periphery border of the hell, but he will have to remain in hell. He can't go to heaven. Okay, this is what some religions say. So only for contrast I am telling it. I don't mean that I accept everything of all these things. So a dharmic person, a good person, man of values and discipline and helping nature, kind and charitable person, not cruel, kind and charitable, understanding, and such person does little bit of sacrifice for helping others, loves others. Such person, even if he doesn't believe in religion, he will have a heaven. He will go to heaven. He will go to Swarga, according to Hinduism. How? Because it is dogma is not necessary to go to heaven. This is simple. Dogma is not necessary to go to heaven. Okay, so therefore, values and etc., even if you are not a believer of religious book and God, still you will go to heaven. Of course, there might be different. Now, Hinduism teaches the common sense ethics also is a part of a religion. Even if he is an atheist also, still he is unconsciously religious man. For his good actions, for his charitable acts, he will go to heaven. Okay. So atheism is not that bad. Regarding atheism, I think I told before, and I'll tell some other time, after a few days. Otherwise, today's time will take, this topic alone will take away. I don't talk. So our Indian conception of atheism and theism is much deeper and much logical and understandable. Okay, so we'll tell it some other time. Here, yoga sannyasta karmanam, a person who transcends. Okay, all karmas. Okay, ethics. Regarding ethics, I am talking. Okay, now what about religious ethics? See, human mind can think of certain ethics, common sense ethics, social ethics, and etc. But there are certain very tricky situations where you are cheated. You are cheated. Then you think that, why should I be cheated like this? I have sacrificed so much. Now, will there be any result for it or not? I have done sincerely sacrificed. I have not taken revenge. I have not hurt him. I have not destroyed him. Still, he has done a lot of harm to me. Then what will I do? In this situation, common sense cannot explain. Then the religious book or the religion comes into picture. It says, whatever sacrifice you made, you will be rewarded sufficiently. You will be rewarded duly in the next janma or in the other world. Okay. Whatever good you do, you will be rewarded accordingly, duly. Whatever wicked also you do, you harm others, that also you will be rewarded according to the karma. Okay. Therefore, common sense ethics is approved by religious books, Hinduism books, Hindu Shastras, and also they add certain extra religious ethics which are little superhuman, more than the human intellect can understand. Rishis can understand with the Rishis vision, or the Shastras say, Smritis and Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, Puranas, Mahabharata, they all teach you that there are certain values which are little more than superhuman. They are more than superhuman. They are the common sense ethics cannot explain. Certain injustices common sense ethics cannot explain. If you go by only common sense ethics, you feel that you are cheated, the other person has cheated, you get angry, you go and you try to hurt him. You go and you try to hurt him, there you will incur papa. Okay, you incur sin. Therefore, Shastra says religious ethics approves the common sense ethics and adds some more. So these two put together we call ethics in Hinduism. I had to explain all this because some people do not know this Hindu concept, Hindu idea, and they just go by the routine Islam and Christianity ideas, and they are very popular also. The Christian and Islamic ideas, they are very popular. So people don't think of anything else. But here if you see, this is the karma. Okay? So you follow the values, so you will go to heaven. You will go to samsarga. But when you transcend all karmas, so the atheist means here, if you follow the values and discipline, then you cannot be called a totally atheist. You may not accept God, but still you can't be called atheist because God gives you reward according to your karma. Therefore, yoga sannyasta karmanam. So this ethics also, atheism also, you transcend and you come to the absolute truth. Yoga sannyasta karmanam. In the discovery, you transcend the karma, you transcend your individuality, you transcend your individual relationship with the world, individual desires and ambitions. Therefore, you will become a very gentleman, very soft-spoken, good-hearted person, loving and caring and respecting people. Okay, and of course, devotion to Bhagavan. All these things are required. Therefore, yoga sannyasta karmanam. So in the nididhyasana stage, when you come to a higher stage, you transcend all these things. I think I was touching some topic. I think I lost it while discussing it. Anyway, it will come again. Therefore, the atheist, we don't condemn the atheist just outright like that. Even if you are atheist, if you follow values, you are a good person. Even if you believe in religion and no human values, no spiritual values, you are very cruel and kill others because he belongs to a different religion, then that is equal to adharma only. We don't call it a healthy religion. It is equal to adharma. So that person will go to hell in the name of God. If he tortures others, exploits others, even if he is a believer of God, he will go to hell. Hell is Indian hell, not that Abrahamic hell. Abrahamic hell is eternal. We don't have any eternal hell because eternal hell is a misnomer. Such a thing doesn't exist. There is no eternal hell. You will experience the result of your bad karma, bad acts for some time, and then later that karma gets exhausted and you will leave it. It's not one chance. There are many chances, many janmas. Therefore, the good values purify your mind. Purify means elevate your mind, make a noble man, a virtuous person. But even as a virtuous person, you are still a human being, still you are an individual. You have to transcend the individuality, then only you transcend the cause and effect relationship. Okay. Therefore, you have to watch yourself. The Vedantic way is self-observation with the help of Vedantic teaching. It helps you to discover that you are something more than the individuality. You are more than your body, your sense organs, your mind. You are something vilakshana, something special, something different, something unlike all these worldly individuality and worldly activities. Okay. Therefore, you first purify your mind by values and discipline. But at another stage, you have to observe. With the help of the Vedanta, you do self-inquiry. In the self-inquiry, you discover that you are the absolute truth. You are more than the body and sense organs. Okay. So this Transcending the knowledge which helps you to transcend karma is called here the culmination of yoga, all yogas. That's an enlightenment. Therefore, yoga sanyasta karmanam, a person gives up all his karma by transcending. Giving up karma means transcending karma. You discover yourself as totally a different person, a mature person, good-hearted person, loving and helping all the living beings on the earth. Doesn't discriminate. All the living beings have to be respected and loved and cared for. Therefore, such a person, he transcends karma. He goes to the jnana level. Okay. At that jnana level, he transcends karma. Yoga sanyasta karmanam. In fact, this line, 1/4 of the shloka, we have already explained in the previous class, but I don't know, I forget my earlier classes what I spoke. Again, I end up telling few more things. I add few more things and repeat the same thing. Anyway, as long as it is useful, it is useful. Therefore, yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam. Next line. All his doubts are eliminated by jnana. This is also a very good statement. Jnana sanchinna samshayam. All your doubts. Doubts means unnecessary suspicions, negative thoughts. All these things will go away. All your doubts will go away, because as an individual, you have a choice. As an individual, you have a choice. You take up various acts, but in that thing, there is a sandeha. Sandeha is a doubt. Doubt about what? Doubt about myself. Doubt about Atma Tattva. Because since I take myself to be an individual, I miss my real nature. Am I that really free Atma Swarupa, or I am still an individual bound to the body and sense organs? So all these doubts go away when you discover the truth. Your adhyasa or the superimposition gets corrected by your knowledge. Okay, that's what he's telling here. The nature of knowledge is to help you to discover the truth. Therefore, jnana sanchinna samshayam. A person who gains the knowledge of Atma, all his doubts are cleared for good. All his doubts. Otherwise, doubts cannot be cleared. Here, the doubt is not intellectual doubt. Doubt means being a pramatru drishti is a doubt. Sakshi drishti is transcending the doubts. This way. When you have a sakshi drishti, you have transcended the karma level. Okay. Therefore, jnana sanchinna samshayam. All your doubts are cut asunder. All your doubts are cleared by this jnana, because the Atma jnanam alone clears all your doubts. If you have a doubt, that means still you have a jiva bhava, the jiva status. Your real nature of Atma is not yet discovered. Because it's an individuality, it is a jivahood that creates all kinds of doubts. Freeing from all doubts means freeing from all jiva bhava. That's all it means. Freeing from all doubts. Doubts means jiva bhava. Why? Because it is a Vedantic word. Generally, we think our understanding, intellect alone gains understanding. Intellect alone gets convinced, and when it is not convinced, it has got doubts. At intellectual level, we get doubts, we clear the doubts, and we get convinced. But all these are intellect. Here the Shastra is talking of Anubhava Drishti, not simply intellect getting convinced. Then if you look at it Anubhava Drishti or Atma level, then what is that understanding at that level? Understanding means you stand as the Atma, which is nothing but Brahman. Okay, so that is the standard. Therefore, that's where here you are free from doubts, means when you establish it in your Atma Swarupa, when you discover the nature of Atma, all doubts are cleared. Doubt means individuality. Doubt means jiva. Okay. You become free from all doubts means what? You become free from Jiva Bhava. Very Jivatvam is doubt. The very Jiva Bhava is doubt. Okay. When you transcend the Jiva Bhava, all doubts are cleared. So the worldly people understand that doubts are different. Doubt is an intellectual. And clearing is also within the level of intellectual. They don't look at Anubhava, Atma Anubhava. Here, Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam, all the doubts are destroyed by the Jnana. That means when you discover yourself to be Atma Chaitanyam, then all the doubts become clear, because there is only one consciousness, one existence, the universal one. All doubts are cleared. Okay. Atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya. Atmavantam. Atmavanta means one who has apramatta. Vedanta always emphasizes. Shankaracharya also says, in spiritual life, what is most important is apramatta. Be always alert and vigilant. Alert and vigilant, self-vigilant is the spiritual sadhana. Apramada. Apramada is inadvertent. Apramada, not being inadvertent. That means very careful. Therefore, he says, Atmavantam, a person who is continuously alert and responsible. Such person will be able to transcend individuality. And yoga removes all karmas. You give up all the doubts, and also you become very Atmavantam, alert person. Such person, karmani na nibadnanti dhananjaya. Karmani na nibadnanti dhananjaya. Arjuna, you are not bound by the karmas of past karma and this karma. All the karmas get burnt with your knowledge of the truth. Okay. Therefore, we have concluded this shloka with this: Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam atmavantam na karmani nabad. Karmani nabadnanti. Karmas do not bind him. Means what? He doesn't remain within the cause and effect realm. He transcends cause and effect relationship. As long as you remain within the cause and effect relationship, nothing convinces, because each conviction gives rise to more doubts. So doubts, conviction, again doubt, again conviction, it seems endless. So all the doubts will go away once you abide in your nature of Atma. All the doubts are clear, because Swatah Siddham, and that is your own Atma. No doubts, nothing. All the doubts are cleared. Okay. So we will stop with this shloka, and the next shloka will take up in the next. Next is the last shloka of this chapter. I think in the next class we will mostly conclude this 4th chapter, and then we'll proceed with the 5th. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om Tat Sat. So hereafter from today onwards, we started talks on YouTube live. Okay, our Karyalaya. Our Karyalaya live YouTube account ide. We have account there. So we started YouTube live in the Adhyatma Prakasha .in or .org, I think .in, that we have started. Hereafter, you will see there. And those who see the Facebook here, it is easy. And here, this is another phone, YouTube again separately. I am recording two simultaneously. One is here, one is here. Okay. So this YouTube, one is our Karyalaya. From the Karyalaya, again I download and then put it to my site, because those who have been hearing my Gita talks in my YouTube account, it also will be put there. So this way, if you remember, hereafter all my talks, will give you a list of all my weekly talks, how many talks and what topic. Only few talks are in English and some are in Kannada. Okay, not all talks are in English. Only weekly, I think weekly 3 alone in Kannada and 3 in English. Okay, 3 talks in English and 3 talks in Kannada. 6 days in a week, and then Monday is holiday. I think that we'll send you to through the Facebook. We'll give you that list of my talks. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. How to stop? I'm not able to understand.